Have you ever stopped to think about what makes a service experience like truly great? I mean, we're dealing with services all day long, right? Booking a ride, checking into a hotel, grabbing food. Sometimes it's just seamless, and other times, well, it's a total disaster. So what's actually going on behind the curtain to create that perfect experience?
And this quote right here, it just nails it. It's hinting that most of what we think of as service quality is actually hidden from us. It's all happening just beneath the surface of what we can see and touch. And that is the big question we're tackling today. Think of a great service like an iceberg. We only ever see that little tip sticking out of the water. But it's the massive, invisible base underneath that's holding the whole thing up. Today, we're going to dive deep and explore that hidden base.
Okay, to wrap our heads around this, let's start with a scene we've all been in. We're going to look at something as simple as checking into a hotel.
So, picture this. You walk in, you're tired from a long trip. The person at the front desk greets you, your key is right there waiting, and your room is totally clean and ready to go. On the surface, it feels super simple, a really smooth transaction. Everything just works. But that visible perfection, it's just the final step in a much, much bigger process.
So, let's take our first dive below the surface. What's the very first hidden dimension that makes that smooth hotel check-in even possible? Well, it is all about information. This is the absolute foundation. It's the booking you made online, the system that processed your payment, the software that assigned you a clean room, and the network that alerted the front desk that you were on your way. You never see any of it, but without this invisible flow of data, nothing else could happen. It's the bedrock.
This really just puts it perfectly, doesn't it? The information layer isn't some background detail. It is the actual heart of any modern service. It's the invisible engine that powers literally everything we experience.
All right, let's pop back up for some air and look at the part of the iceberg we can see. This is the second dimension, and it's the one we're almost familiar with.
Right, so these are the things you can actually point to. Was the room clean? Yup. Was the Wi-Fi fast? Check. Was the bed comfortable? You bet. These are the observable parts of the service, the things that are often in the contract, so to speak. They're the what of the experience.
This rideshare example is just perfect. The car showing up exactly when the app said it would, that is a textbook example of an explicit service delivered correctly. It's measurable, it's clear, and it met the expectation you were given. Simple as that. So we've got the hidden foundation of information and the visible actions. But there's a third, final dimension that really separates a good service from a truly unforgettable one. And that's the service you can feel. This part is all about the how. It's not about what was done, but how it was done. Did you feel welcomed? Did you feel respected, cared for? These are those subtle psychological things that build real loyalty and create a genuine, positive emotional connection.
Let's go back to our rideshare for a second. The car arriving on time, that's the explicit service. But a friendly hello from the driver, a car that's spotless, a ride that feels safe, that creates a feeling of comfort and trust. That's the implicit service, and it completely changes the entire vibe of the experience.
And this comparison just makes it crystal clear. The room was clean. That's a fact. It's an explicit outcome. But I felt welcomed? That's a feeling, an implicit outcome. You absolutely need both, but let's be honest, it's the feeling that sticks with us.
Okay, so we've explored the three different dimensions of service: the hidden, the seen, and the felt. Now let's bring them all together and look at the whole shebang.
So here's the big takeaway. It's a three-part structure, kind of like a stack. It all starts with that invisible information layer as the foundation. Then, built right on top of that, you have the tangible, explicit actions. And the final, crowning layer is that intangible, implicit feeling the service leaves you with. They're all connected.
And that's the real secret sauce. You just can't have a great experience if one of these pieces is broken. A super friendly hotel clerk can't make up for a lost reservation. And a perfect reservation system doesn't mean anything if the room itself is dirty. Real excellence, it lives in that seamless alignment of all three.
This final thought really says it all. When the hidden systems, the visible actions, and the positive feelings all click together and work in harmony, that's when you experience the true power of amazing service quality. So I'll leave you with this little challenge. The next time you have a service experience that just blows you away, take a second and try to break it down. Can you spot the hidden information systems, the obvious explicit actions, and the implicit feelings all working together perfectly? Because once you see it, you'll never look at service the same way again.